Right, we're going to be watching a video on Piers Morgan just arguing with a vegan activist. I have quite, I've got a middle belief. I'm quite a middle with all this, to be fair, because I am a farmer and I do love meat. People that know me and take the piss out of me how much I eat chicken, but it's what it is. I fucking love food. But I'm the one of the people that believe there is a balance, and we have me and my family and lots of farmers. Not all. Some farmers are a bit bigoty and stuck in their ways and really just don't understand because there's a lot of older farmers out there, in the UK anyway, and they just don't really understand a lot of them. But there's a lot of things what vegans do that some vegans do that are just out of pocket and it's just not good. But I'll get onto that when we finish the video. But with that as well, it's like I believe in a balance. Like you need your fruits, your veggies, your meats. I think you need a balance to have a truly healthy lifestyle. That's what I think anyway, and lots of other people agree with me. But I firstly think you can eat whatever you want as long as you don't force your diet on other people that don't want that. So that's just me. But obviously, let's just watch the video.
They've tipped milk all over the floor of Fortnum & Mason and Selfridges in London. They've hurled white paint at the gates of the Houses of Parliament. Now they've targeted a high-end steakhouse in London. And the waitresses did what many have wanted to do with these protesters for a while. Take a look.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the market.
Things like this, though, I've heard loads of stories of vegans like going into like restaurants, high-end restaurants, not even high-end ones, just restaurants and protesting. But like these restaurants do have vegan and vegetarian menus, so it's like really weird. Like I don't really understand if they're being fair and giving everyone an opportunity, then why complain about it and just don't understand. There's lots of issues with farming at the moment where lots of vegan activists are like some, not all, obviously, are going onto farms and like releasing all the animals and stuff, and the animals are like running amok and that in like villages and stuff because obviously they've just released them. But like, yeah, no, it's stressing animals out. Even they'll say it, obviously because you eat them anyway, but it's the fact of the matter is you're just causing so much chaos, and farms at the moment, especially in the UK, just don't need that shit.
Well, joining me now is Animal Rebellion spokesman Nathan McGovern and celebrity
No,
chef
God,
Aldo Zilli. Got it right this time. He picked me up on it. It's Aldo, not Aldo. Aldo's a very British pronunciation of an Italian name. Good to see you both. Nathan, let's start with you. I don't like vegans very much. I don't think any of you are very healthy.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, I think you all look pretty pasty-faced and unhealthy to me. But that's your choice. What I don't do is I don't go running into vegan restaurants and start screaming abuse at you all and have to be pulled out by people because you're ruining everyone's fun. Why do you do that to meat eaters?
Well, Piers, you've started on an absolute blinder today. I actually brought a little game with me for the meat.
If he doesn't answer the question, he's completely and utterly dodged it. Obviously, let's see what he's going to say to it, actually. I don't think he's going to answer it.
Aldo, perhaps the audience to play. It's a Piers Morgan vegan bingo. Maybe we can
really?
zoom on that from the camera. And you've actually just ticked off one straight away. I'll just go with that. We're looking at row or a column.
It's quite clever, but...
So the thing is, within years, technology like precision fermentation, alt protein is going to...
Right, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, in that sense, like, I think artificial shit is just not it. It really isn't. Like, I just don't know what it is about it. Like, when, like, in the UK at least, farmers are just getting absolutely annihilated now at the moment. Like, and we have got a fucking food crisis. You'd think you'd be putting money and funding the farmers and letting them produce food in the UK to feed the UK. Because I believe we're importing more and more food, and but it's like lower quality. We don't know what we're getting. And it's just ridiculous. Like when we've got like there's plenty of like farmland in the UK where we can easily make our own food. We need to be more self-sustainable, in my opinion, with that. But
going to produce the exact same products that you love right now, using a fraction of the land, producing a fraction of the carbon
but I like
footprint.
eating meat.
It's the exact same product.
No, but I like eating meat.
Fine. You'd be eating the exact same product.
In fact,
but
the more
without
you guys do
expectation
this
of
kind of thing,
animals.
the more meat I want to eat.
That's absolutely fine.
No, it's
Piers.
true.
That's fine. That's
you
fine.
literally, it's a bit. Honestly, it's true. The more stuff you do like this...
Sorry, I didn't catch that. It's true, is it? You've said that about 3 times. I didn't quite catch
true?
it. that you like eating meat?
Yes.
Oh, thanks. I didn't get it the first 3 times.
How committed a vegan are you?
How committed a vegan am I?
Do you drink almond milk?
Oh, you've ticked off another one. Fantastic, Piers. You are on an absolute
Does it have
roll.
answering questions?
I don't know. I'll keep that one hidden from you. Take the fun
Can
out
you
of the
just
game.
answer questions? Otherwise, it's not much of an interview. I mean, you have your little chart, but do you drink almond milk?
No.
Do you eat almonds?
No.
Do you eat avocado?
No.
What do you eat? What do you drink?
He's definitely asked that because you don't grow them in the country and you import them. That's what he was trying to get. He was trying to make it that argument where if he eats avocados and all that shit, where that's really bad for the environment because in the UK we can't grow them. They're shit from other countries. So that was probably what Piers was trying to. I'm not over keen on Piers, to be honest, but it is quite entertaining watching him just argue with a vegan, to be honest, I won't lie.
love seasonal British fruit and veg.
Right.
You know,
Same.
I love supporting British farmers. I love going to farmers markets, seeing what they have to offer. You know, I love eating a plant-based
But most
diet.
science now...
But what about meat, though? Because as farmers, it's not just veg, it's meat as well. And we've been eating meat for, like, fucking gods. It's the beginning of time, to be honest, let's be real. And it's just absolutely just... One thing I want a vegan to answer for me, or a vegetarian or whatever, whoever wants to actually say it, you basically want to shut down farmers that have animals, like sheep, cows, pigs, etc. And what the hell are you going to do with all the animals then? You can't release them into the wild, because if you release them into the wild, then they're going to just run amok. They'll get diseases because if they're not being taken care of. It's like a human. You have a fucking stance on anti-vax or whatever if you want, but you take antibiotics and you have vaccines to cure your diseases. But if you just ran around, there'd be a lot... The Black Death would still be fatal. You know what I mean? Like the common cold would destroy you. And that's what all these jabs, these booster shots and antibiotics and medicines are for, for people, so it's the same for animals. And obviously if you just release them into the wild, the UK would just the environment would just tank because farmers control it. But if you just release it, then you can have sheep in your back garden, it's just ridiculous. And you have pigs and stuff everywhere. One thing I will say, if they ever bring it up, is I don't agree with factory farming in warehouses and stuff. I'm not keen on that whatsoever. But genuine, actual farms and farming, joining the fields and the sheds, and them actually living their lives out in the fields and stuff when the weather's nice and stuff, and being brought in the winter when it's Baltic and snow everywhere. I like that. That's what we've got. But factory farming, no. If they bring that up, I'll be like, that's a good reason. Go protest at those if you want, but don't protest them just everyday farmers trying to make their living.
Says that if you don't have a balanced diet, it's actually unhealthy for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why a plant-based diet, a balanced plant-based diet is healthy.
Aldo, what do you feel? I mean, your restaurant is very close to where this happened, right? What do you feel about these activists running in, ruining people's meals?
Listen, 25 years ago, I opened one of the first vegetarian restaurants in London, it's Soho. And if it was now, it's probably more successful. Then it didn't get very successful. But anyway, cut long story short, I don't have any problems. I've written a vegetarian book, not a vegan book. I don't have any problems with veganism and vegetarian people because I have restaurants. I'm a consultant for a number of restaurants, number of restaurant companies, and we have vegan and vegetarians on menus. So I don't understand when it gets out of hand that these people have to disrupt our business.
Well, because they have no respect for meat eaters. But if we were doing the same thing to them, they'd all go nuts, right? Wouldn't you? You'd all go nuts. If I came running into your little vegan hellholes and began screaming abuse, you'd all throw your toys out the pram, as you do on a daily basis.
I'm not throwing my toys out the pram right now, Piers. I'm loving this, to be honest.
What are you loving?
I'm loving this open conversation that we're having about this actual quite.
But why do you have
issue.
to go and?
He's not defending himself. He's not defending himself very well. I know Piers Morgan's just a bit of a dafty anyway, and he's not exactly saying anything good either. But he's just kind of being I don't know what the word is, but he's not helping himself. He's not making him look any good for vegans. How he's reacting. I hope he just fucking changes it later on in the thing, but it's just not looking good, is it?
Into a restaurant and disrupt our business disrupt the customers,
And
other people
farmers.
that want to eat the meat, other people that want to enjoy themselves, they want to go out and have a night out. I don't have any problems with you guys coming to our restaurants and ordering a vegan dish. In fact, in January, we always do a veganuary, and we go through a lot of different ingredients to create menus for you guys. I don't understand why we have to suffer your mentality of coming to our restaurants and trying to disrupt the customers that are having a fantastic time and they want to eat a steak.
What's the answer?
No, it's actually a good question, Aldo. And actually, it's fantastic that you create fantastic vegan dishes. The fact of the matter is, when we look at high-end restaurants, Salt-Based restaurant, Manor up in Manchester that was also disrupted at the weekend. These are...
Yeah, but Salt-Based is a bit of a prick. Like, let's be real, like, Salt-Based is just overpriced food anyway, but it's not... You're comparing the highest end to just normal restaurants, and I've known restaurants that are not in high, and I've been having protests and stuff in them. But this is he... I'm hoping he's answering the question, actually.
Symbols of a broken system,
Oh my god. What the fuck? He's kind of not he's not giving justification. Not yet, anyway. Come on, man. Just save yourself.
Why? Because he makes nice food.
Symbols of a broken system where, there's 1,500 quid getting charged for a steak.
Why is he making millions
Can I please
around
make
the
my point?
world?
I
with all
was
these
in one of his
steaks?
restaurants last week in Qatar. Loved it. Fantastic. But he served me. I've got a clip, I think, of him.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
waiting for you
God.
to show
Yeah,
it. I was wondering how long it would
That was
take.
me doing his little salt trick. He taught me.
You weren't very good at it.
He then actually cooked it in front of me, and he fed me, directly fed me the meat into my mouth. It was delicious. Loved it.
Fine.
Loved it.
I would invite any vegans.
But if you'd run in and tried to interrupt and just ruin everyone's night...
Let fucking the guy speak. It's not him.
Out.
The fucking,
absolutely
one of the
fine.
So
middle-
what's the point of it all? What does it achieve? None of you make me want to change my mind. I just think, what annoying little squits. Honestly, I do. It's the same when you're chucking paint at Van Gogh paintings. It's the same when you're tying yourself to fuel pumps or hanging yourself on bridges and stopping people using Dartford Tunnel. It's all the same. You're just all too annoying. So the British public don't like annoying people, and they don't like their lives being disrupted. They want their freedom to have a choice. The choices I had in Qatar last week to have Salt-Based restaurant you
can
lot
you imagine
invaded to do this to my mouth.
Can you imagine someone coming in
Fine, Piers.
This is it.
and disrupting your evening?
Have we got the clip? We haven't got the clip.
Oh, what a
Oh, you
shame.
just ran it? OK.
No, but can you imagine
Just because it's
coming
sarcasm.
to our restaurant?
That's his defense mechanism. He's just been like, oh, what a shame, but he's not defending himself at the same time. It's just not. He's not answered the question. He's gone about the society of it and shit like that, but he's not explained why they go into restaurants that support vegans, vegetarians, and meat eaters, and still disrupting it. Like, you can go in and have what you want. Like, just don't understand.
And then you get some people coming to your table and trying to disrupt your evening. It's abuse.
I am
you
going
ask me.
to start running into vegan restaurants.
That's
I am.
fine. Go
And
for
just
it. That's
shouting
your
and being
right- that's your
annoying
right
and
to protest,
grabbing
Piers.
tables and so you can't eat your gruel and just see how you lot like it.
Honestly,
I'm going to go to
Piers.
your house and chop paint all over it.
Piers, you've got a right to praise. Oof! You've got me another one.
Take it off your bingo.
Fantastic.
Take it off your bingo, son.
But where's the salt? Where's it?
Won't need any of this gruel.
That's it.
Let's put that
Fantastic.
to one side, but I will have a bit of steak just to...
You didn't salt it though.
You see, all you've achieved is you've made me want to do this. Just eat a lovely...
absolutely
That is
fine.
pretty funny, to be fair.
You go for it.
Do you know how many steaks he's had from my restaurant?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. But here's my point. I love eating steak. I'm not going to stop eating steak.
Yeah.
And the very last thing on earth that will stop me eating steak is people like you with your pasty faces running into our restaurants telling us to stop eating steak.
That's
the
fine.
very last thing
That
I'm
is
going to do.
absolutely
Because you don't
fine,
represent to me
Piers.
vitality or good health. You just all look like you want a good bit of steak.
That's
Honestly, you
absolutely
do.
fine. You're fully entitled to that opinion. And as I've just said earlier, you're right to protest if you want to run into a
Your
vegan
mates are
restaurant.
also the Extinction
Absolutely
Rebellion,
fine.
right?
My mates.
You're all like interwoven, aren't you? You said before we came on air.
What, like a woolen blanket.
Well, are you
together.
connected or not?
No. So we're a sister movement.
A sister?
to
What's that?
Extinction Rebellion.
Sounds a bit sexist.
No, we
What?
have, common goals.
What are your
such
common
as-
goals? Irritating people.
Such
What are
as, such as tackling the climate and ecological emergencies, which, I'm sure all of us.
What did you think
here
of Meghan
can
and Harry
agree.
using a private plane?
Oofed, there we go, Meghan
Of
Markle.
course, he
That's
puts
another
them
one.
on.
That's
The other
4 for 9. Nah, I'm not going to give you that,
What
mate.
did you think of them using a private plane to go to this award show? You must be furious,
It's
right?
incredible how you manage
Are you
to
furious?
turn this into oh, let's dump on Meghan and
Nathan,
Harry. You're
just simple
a
question.
gender, Piers. Oh,
You just talked about the environment.
Would you go in their plane?
incredible.
I just wonder
Would
whether.
you go in their plane?
I just wonder whether you. Do you feel?
I wouldn't go on a
do you
plane,
feel
no,
angry
no.
they used a private plane or not?
No,
Or
I
should we all
think
use private
what we
planes?
should have is affordable travel for
Right,
everyone.
but they used a private
what we
plane.
should have is travel systems.
Do you
that don't
criticise
need
them for using a
have to
private
use
plane or
planes.
not?
You know,
Or because
it's-
they're
it's
the woke
obviously-
king
it's
and
obviously
queen, you're not
great
allowed
that
to.
They're using a plane.
Is it 'cause you can't?
I would have much preferred.
You know
it.
why you can't, don't you, Nathan? Because this is against
Piers,
hypocrisy.
to
you
your
can't
face,
because you,
I am
Nathan
telling
McGovern,
you.
you don't want to read a headline tomorrow saying Nathan McGovern from Animal Rebellion slams Meghan and Harry for using private plane. You don't want to say it because, like them, you're a flaming hypocrite. You'd rather go in.
There we go. You've got me a column.
You'd rather
Brilliant.
You'd rather
Fantastic,
go. You'd
Piers.
rather go into restaurants like Aldo's or Salt Bays or whatever and just make a nuisance of yourselves because it's easier. But what you
Easier.
should be doing, if you're intellectually honest, is saying Meghan and Harry stop using private planes, but you won't because they're your
I will
little
say it
woke
right
king
now
and
if you let
queen.
me. I will say it right now
Aldo,
if you'll let me.
final
Piers.
word to you about a balanced diet. Most science I've read lately says that actually having no meat in your diet at all is not necessarily a beneficial
Or
thing
fish,
at all.
for that matter.
Right, or fish.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have a balanced diet, and it's important for our well-being, for getting healthy. If you work out in the gym like I do, I need to have maybe some good protein.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I did go vegan for 6 months.
You nearly kill you?
A couple of years ago.
Nearly killed me. I
And,
I went vegan for an hour. I had a lettuce.
It didn't kill me. It didn't kill me.
What
but-
about that vegan Greg's sausage roll?
It was disgusting.
disgusting.
Complete
Of
racket.
course,
Exactly.
More calories in a Greg's vegan sausage roll than there are in a McDonald's cheeseburger.
What I don't
I'd rather have a
understand-
McDonald's
What's
cheeseburger.
irrelevant?
At least it tastes better.
It's naming the dishes, and like the meat,
I just
but
think,
they're not
Nathan,
meat.
look, Nathan, here's the point. If you want to win an argument, you just can't.
I think he was trying to bring up there. I think that's what the guy in the middle was trying to get over. I can't remember his name actually. Was the fact that like vegans and vegetarians like make vegan meats, like vegan like sausages and burgers and meats and stuff, and it's like kind of replicating them. But if you don't agree with them, why would you try and mimic them? Which it is a bit of weird. In the end of the day, do what you want, but this is my stance. Eat what you want, but just don't disrupt farming businesses, people's like livelihoods, like farm businesses, like restaurants if they want to eat, especially if they've got a balanced thing and they have options. Like you can have a vegan thing, you can have a vegetarian thing, you can have a meat thing, you can have what you want, but no, it's just ridiculous.
Be annoying all the time. You can't just ruin everyone's fun and their lives walking around like you have the only way forward for life and the universe, the Nathan McGovern rule book.
It's not me.
Thou shalt do this, this, and this.
Oxford
Unless you're
University.
Meghan and Harry, then you
It's
can do what you
Harvard
like.
University. It's the IPCC, Piers. This isn't me. I'm not a scientist.
Right.
I'm perfectly
Thank
happy
you.
to admit
I think
that.
we'll leave it on
People
the fact
from the
that you're-
University of
so
Oxford,
you're not an expert.
University of Harvard,
You're not an expert.
IPCC. Neither are you, and you should listen to
You're
them.
not an expert. I think we'll leave it at that. Nathan?
Ah, bro. Fucking what a shit show that was. Right, I'm gonna probably do some. If this does well, I'll maybe do some more reaction videos to other things. Send me them. I've got some other videos in the works as we speak. So just obviously, if you like this content, let me know. If you don't, tell me it's shite. Because it's pretty low maintenance, I won't lie. So thank you for watching. Go sub. I want to get to 200 before the end of January, hopefully. So 200 subs, that is. Right, cheers. Thank you for watching.